It's 6 a.m. We're gonna head out to get this Colchester lathe in Ohio. It's about 9 hours. We're gonna run up there and stay the night in Huron, and then pick up the lathe in squeaky door, New London. So you can see this thing in the dark. Not really. 30-foot trailer, which is more than enough. 16 GN, an old Ram 3500 single rear wheel mega kit. So off to pick up the girlfriend first, and we'll go from there. Leaving the girlfriend's apartment. We both are late. Traffic's been crazy this morning. I got stuck behind a high center tractor trailer leaving my neighborhood, and after forgetting to pick up the cash, it's just been a challenging morning already, and it's only 7:15, and we're about 45 minutes behind what I was hoping, but it's okay because we got it all day. Look at the road they got going up there. When Charleston was established and all the coal mining money and stuff, yeah, why not? Charleston was legit, I think.
Ohio, find it here.
Yeah, we did. We found the lathe here, and we're gonna hopefully bring some.
Welcome to Ohio.
Yeah, welcome to Ohio. A little bit of a snowstorm. Of course, we gotta add a little bit of interest to the trip. Yeah, me too.
You can narrate.
The beautiful. Nobody wants to see this. This is gonna get deleted. It's Lake Erie, and then the boat basin that Laura thought was Lake Erie. These are the people teaching your children.
No, shut up. Only if they're blind.
Ohio again. Should be nice because it's not the middle of nowhere. It's just not in the middle of anywhere.
has shit out here.
To that?
I'm talking to the people.
Uh-oh.
Interrupt.
I accidentally bought a bandsaw as well. Nice Johnson. It's a big Johnson. It's a newer one. There was an older model one there the guy was trying to sell me, but this one came with some extra bandsaw blades and all that. This is a big one. And it's a little bit newer. It's marked with the hardened bedways. The closing model. There's some other little features. I like this handle to where the carriage won't get hung in whatever might be laying in the bed. And that threading dial is a little bit different than what I'm used to. It also has a one-shot loop system on it, which is kind of cool. All right, next morning, made it back to Virginia. Nothing fell off. Well, I shouldn't say nothing fell off. A piece of sheet metal that was on the bandsaw that was a little loose, and noticed it moving in the wind, and it fell off, but got stuck on the deck. Luckily, when we stopped for fuel, I noticed it. I'm like, oh, where'd that piece of sheet metal go? Oh, stuck on the deck. So this will be a first opportunity to really look over this machine, pair of machines, now that I've got them here. Bandsaw, again, was kind of a surplus extra buy. Couldn't turn it down. Looks like straps all made it just fine. No chafing. The carriage did walk some forward, I guess. A few times hitting the brakes. Gauge, not at any number. Well, that's a fancy thread dial. It's different than what's shown in the manual. Oh, that's missing. So yeah, threading handle is missing the retaining nut. Glad it didn't fall off going down the road. This is a neat little something that somebody added here to keep the oof, that works, that from dragging in the chip pan. My Triumph is really bad about that. You know, when the carriage is moving, the handle get hung up on if you've got any swerve or various other things in here. One thing that has me most concerned is that the ways are a little rough on the inside here. You can definitely tell this machine was used. It has a grinding attachment that came with it. The lifting eye. This is pretty awesome. This is built as per the spec of the in the book. So I guess whoever got this machine knew, built the lifting eye. Came with a Dorian quick change tool post with one tool holder. Don't know if I'll use that or go with, I've got some original Dixon type tool post holders. It feels dry but tight. A little bit slop in the, yeah. There's some backlash in that compound. Ooh. It's not terrible. It's about what my Triumph had. Is the taper attachment installed? No, so that's what part of that is. I have to figure that thing out. Pretty cool. Pretty big machine. Pretty big machine. It's Thursday night. Got some stuff unloaded out of the truck earlier this week. It's been a crazy week. Got some things put away for now. Why are we looking at this piece of junk that's in pieces? I'm going to use something that I use to move that machine. It's a fixture, it's a cart that you jack the machine up, assemble the cart, big steel rollers on some heavy duty pillow block bearings, and then I can roll the thing. I'm going to put the lathe right in here next to the Barnes drill press, and it used to be a Triumph here, the Student was here, this cabin's going to move, and the Bridgeport was right here. Got to come in through that shop garage door there. It's a 9x9 door. So hiding over here in the corner is one of the two cart roller halves. It's a piece of heavy steel pipe that rolls. I built that with the Triumph. It moved that 8,000 pound Cincinnati, and don't think it'll have any problem moving this 5,000 pound Mascot Colchester. So what we're going to do is attach these little brackets that I made. We'll go on here. This will give us a flat surface to mount the lathe bolting floor mount holes to. I cut out cut a template, drilled the holes so that way I know I'm welding things at the exact 20 1/4 on center width. 3/4 inch 10 bolts. Yeah, something like that, I think. So the bolts aren't fully threaded, so just use some standoff spacers. Fired up the MIG welder because the TIG is almost out of gas. I'm a much better MIG welder than I am a TIG welder. I just do this stuff for fun. This is not my profession. I'm just a nerd. So that's kind of get the gist. Got the roller, pillow block, and we're gonna bolt that underneath the lathe and hopefully it works. Ordered some leveling feet, 6 of them, 3/4 inch, 16 to give me a finer adjustment. These came from McMaster. Yes, evidently I hate money because I buy things from McMaster. It's more expensive, but I get exactly what I want. Where I am, it shows up the next day. If I order it before 9:30 in the morning, it's here by 3 o'clock the next day. I can't complain about that. I ordered a piece of square bar stock. I'm rebuilding the rack gear in the Cincinnati mill, and the bar stock was floating around in the box, and it banged up the threads on a couple of these so far. I've been having to chase the threads with a following die. So yeah, doing a little bit of thread chasing to fix these feet. Come on, McMaster. Should have wrapped that piece of bar stock. And a piece of something else or something, because it beat the crap out of the threads in those on those adjusters.
Hi, Beeb. It almost fell over. I got a cupcake.
Today's the morning. Today's the day. Get this thing off of here. It sat out overnight. And we've got our machines out here. We'll fire them up here in a minute. And Laura ran out to get some coffee. And her brother's going to come and be our third person. Make sure this goes as safe as possible. Made a few posts. Posted some pictures on the internet last night, and everyone told me I'm gonna kill a busload of nuns. So, well, I don't see any nuns around here, but might damage a piece of machinery if it doesn't work out. But we'll see how that goes. So the other thing, these crane scales seem to work pretty good. We're gonna maybe mess with the carriage and tailstock some position, get the weight right, depending on where we rig the skid steer. Skid steer will probably carry the majority of the weight, probably 2/3 of it, and the mini excavator the other third. The mini will be more for balancing the loads so we don't drop this thing. I'm why we can't have nice things.
Into the garage it goes. That's my brother. You probably can't tell, but I cleaned that today, and it is a whole different color now. It needed it. These are casters, or a caster, that Alex made when we picked up the Cincinnati. beautiful in this light.
Gotta rig up the strap now in a weird way. Yeah. The internet's gonna tell me that I've ruined my lathe. Well, you can post
There you have it.
Yeah, after.
I just want this documented.
Oh, happy.
For a second.
Oh, I was gonna say you can't close the door.
No, it's not going. So, thank you.
There you go.
She is.
Did it fuck that piece of steel?
No, not at all.
I was like, and she's like, oh, ah, yeah. That's heavy.
I was watching it like, come on, come on, come on, come on.
And what I'll do is we'll go ahead and bolt it underneath of this one.
Yep.
We'll pick it up, we'll bolt it under, and then we can roll it in further. And then I have an engine crane that's supposedly rated to pick this thing up.
Suppose we'll find out.
Yeah. If not, well, the other thing we could do, roll it in further and then just pick it up with the pallet jack and do one end at a time.
Also true. Good options. It's a nice unit.
Yeah, like, so it came with a buck chuck, it came with central lube. I'm like, alright, you know.
It's all hot water.
Yeah, this was the Cadillac. So, pick it up and we'll put this cart under it. No fingers, no fingers between.
Yep.
Alright, nothing under the machine.
Got it.
Reaching an 8. Alright, go ahead and snug yours up. I'll be right back.
How's snug, James T?
Tight. Don't force it, but just pull hard. There you go. If you're pulling hard enough to move the machine, you're good. He's gonna get the persuader.
Cheater bar?
No. The ugga dugga. He's gonna ugga the dugga. Thank you. You know, if you want to do something sweet.
Bad boy. I use chrome sockets on impact.
Oh no, just spray paint on black, you'll be fine.
I've only broken one this way.
I've never been to the side.
Today might be the day.
Let's find out. Today is gonna be the day. Woo!
Did it work?
Yeah,
Good enough.
enough to sway the machine, so.
Okay. Well, the thing's. Hello.
That thing's hit me in the face at least 4 times. I mean, my face hit
Oh,
it.
she's gonna leak down enough to sit on it anyway, so.
She went now?
Bobcat leaked down, it's sitting on the roller now. All right, we'll put it in and then I'll push it in some more and then figure out how to get it that way.
It's not ready to put it on.
Are you?
I can roll this, yeah.
Okay. Let it roll. Don't let it get away though.
Nope.
She in.
All right. In the building.
It's a good little
Pulling handle.
Wouldn't pull too much.
Yeah, it's just plastic.
No, it's
This big metal cover here is a good place to pull.
It's aluminum.
It sure isn't it?
Yeah.
Steel?
Yeah, these are irreplaceable.
Oh, fuck. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a belt cover?
It's a cast aluminum belt cover.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Well, and the change gears for the Mr. T.
Oh, that would be fun to break.
Let's not do that.
No, let's not.
Do we need to like?
Roll a little further, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Chalk it.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I couldn't think of the word for
Alright,
that.
that's good.
I mean, it's not terribly inclined to go real far, but a chalk will
Honestly,
help.
you put a rocket behind it, it ain't gonna be a little piece of sheet metal or
Just
something.
put a zip tie.
Literally, actually.
I
We were
know.
talking about that earlier.
Dude, pallet jack.
Here.
There, that's perfect.
That will keep this from rolling.
Physics is cool. The world's
You
smallest
want me to
chalk.
undo that?
Yeah, we don't need that anymore, I don't think. Today is gonna be the day.
Did you see that song? But they did that song, but instead it was just 2 days today.
Yeah, today is the day, today.
It's gotta be the day of the day, the today's day.
Yeah, today's the day.
When you're in your garage and you let the propane heater run a little too long.
That's
Yeah.
right. Use a little too much brake clean.
Yes.
Although my favorite is it's the country song, but it's all like flipper dipper
Yes.
hop
Yeah.
dog, sleep dog do, she got about do.
The first time I listened to that sound, I was like,
What the hell?
because I didn't get the joke yet.
Oh yeah, have you used brake clean before?
Yes,
Yeah,
but not
yeah.
that much.
We can go a few inches at a time so it runs out of, so I guess some come around and push the other end and
Rock and roll. Hey, you just gotta walk it back like that. That's what you gotta do.
hold up. I think we might be too far already.
What?
Work straight shot. That end needs to turn that way. We just need to move the other end some.
Towards here?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't know.
That holds shader movers.
Here, look at that. Because it'll turn on the side.
All right. What do you think?
Is it pretty square? Tape measure, I just like to square it up in here. There was a big silver one laying in here.
Come with me on an adventure.
Right.
Where the hell are your tape measures? You have like 50.
I know. This is what happens.
Where the fuck did they all go?
Missing tape measures?
He has like
I
500.
know, don't you hate that? Well, here's one.
Exactly what I was looking for.
I mean, I dropped the cold tape.
How do you help use it? Got it in here. It was a little bit of an adventure, but definitely got it in here. Laura and her brother Jimmy helped a ton. The garage is a mess. Ended up using that monster engine crane of mine to pick it up and get the feet under it. Got some leveling feet under it. We'll have to level it all out. I've got a nice machinist level that I'll use to get it leveled. Laura cleaned this thing like crazy. This thing is beautiful now. It was a gross, covered in shop dust, and now it's a nice piece of hardware. And we'll get it running. I think it needs a few seals. Definitely leaked a little oil here or there while it was on weird angles. So I'm sure once I get it running, she'll leak under load. But my other one leaked. Rumor has it they all are notorious about leaking. But yeah, I'm stoked. Stoked to have this thing in here. So finally got this thing up and running. It's wired into 10 horsepower Wanyang GT Series VFD. Runs pretty good. Set up a Dixon tool post, made a different stud for it. This is similar to the one that I had on my Triumph. But yeah, it settled in at home pretty good. The only machine work I've done on it so far was starting to make an adapter to put a 4-jaw chuck. I cleaned up this 3-jaw True Adjust and got it running pretty good. And very happy with this machine. It was totally worth all the effort. So I wired this thing in using the original drum controls to control the VFD. It took a little finagling and programming, but it works pretty good. So right now it's in high speed forward with this selector here, and it's in the lowest gear. So, and I also have the VFD to show me the amps for this drawing. So that's the high speed setting. So high speed motor and 52 RPM. And then I've got it on coast down. I had it on DC braking earlier, but I adjusted the headstock brake and it works really good actually. So I need to tighten that screw. So that's going to be low, but I actually traveled too far because this handle is loose. Should actually be right there. Set screw needs to be tightened. This should be low speed forward. So that's 26 RPM. That's as slow as it goes. So works pretty good. So it just shifted it all, put it back in high speed. VFD has like an idle down time to cool off the capacitors and the heat sink in the back. So this should be 900 RPM, and see what she does. Smooth. And I can also grab the brake and stop it. So there you go. The machine works good. All the feeds work good. Forward, reverse, lead screw, half nut, surfacing, all of that. I'm very happy. And thanks for watching this long, ridiculous video about moving a vintage lathe. Oh, and you saw I bought a bandsaw too in this whole thing. I did work on this some too and got it up and running. It cuts like a dream. I've got it wired on its own variable frequency drive because, again, I don't have 3-phase here, but the controls that those give you and the speed adjustment is great. And this saw cuts awesome. I need to pick up a set of casters and then I'll move it off the pallet and move it around the shop where I want it.